Touting my name, touting my style like an energy. I never fall short, I just keep coming. I huff and I snort to the goal, yo. I ain't your friend, ho, I take you down, though. We fight for our rights, this isn't a game. We live for the ride, we're going down in flames. We don't give nothing when nothing is due. In the end, when it falls, it's on top of you.
Behold, you are now in the presence of the fly.
Yeah. Every season, my season, my season.
Yeah.
Every season, my season.
You know what this is gonna be today? Cause I'm back in my element. Oh, I'm back in my element. Did y'all miss me? I know you missed the fly. So guess what? We going back old school today. We going back old school today because there's only one way to bring in the 20th episode of the Fresco Show, and it's.
I got dreams to buck, leaving. I got cheese to buck, leaving it with my dogs.
Yeah, I am the street sweeper, the fly, the baddest man alive. I am Fresco Mac. And once again, welcome to another jam-packed episode of the Fresco Show with the fight champ in the building. What's popping up with y'all, man? I'm feeling real good. What a weekend we just had here in Vegas, and what a journey we got in store for you tonight and going forward, folks. Don't go anywhere. Get your popcorn ready. We about to get it. Madam Rice, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Yeah.
Right here. So, you know, look at this, man. I got some breaking news on this too, so do not go nowhere, folks. We got everything to get into. Hey, put on my
yeah.
You know, we're going to stable here. Grab my seat to get this thing going.
Episode 20, huh?
You know the vibes. Yeah, you know what the vibes are. Let me get my microphone shut up. You know, microphone shut. Okay. Yo. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check. We are live, folks. Yes. Behold, you are now in the presence of the fly. Thank you so much for once again tuning in. We are live on the go, Live Vegas. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Yep. And now also we are on avo.tv. We got our own channel on avo.tv, so check that out, folks. That is, of course, reaching over 500,000 viewers. So we are making big moves here at Go Live Vegas and with the Fresco Show, folks. We are always trying to build. Woo! Madam Rice, how you feeling right now?
I am feeling great.
Feeling great. Energy up here a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get this little drink in. You know,
all right.
It's been a long weekend, and I need some of this, man. You know, cheap liquor is the best. We had that Terramano tequila, and that was okay. I like that. I know Ice didn't like it a whole lot, but it was cool. But you know me, I'm a simple man. I like my liquor cheap and effective. Bottoms up.
That's all you can really ask for, really.
Yeah. Oh man. Yes. Keeping it cool right now. We are so lit going on into this week. I'm happy to be back in the studio for the Fresco Show. We got a lot to get into, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get it started.
All right.
What do we got here on News on the Fly?
Okay, changing the game, the FSW show, as well as the GCW weekend in Vegas.
Yes. Of course, Vegas has been blowing up as per usual in the wrestling universe.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend played no exception, as of course FSW headline on Friday night with their Fight the pay-per-view, changing the game. And of course, nationwide company GCW made a stop by on the strip in downtown for their show, Draft Day. I was there for both events. It was absolutely phenomenal. Wrestling has felt good. Being back in front of big live crowds.
Yeah.
Yo, it was amazing. First things first, with FSW Friday night, we had one of our biggest crowds we've had in over a year at the FSW arena. We had a jam-packed special going on. We had matches from tag team title match, heavyweight title match, great 6-man matches going on. But of course, headline, in my opinion, the main event was my brethren Ice Williams, of course, taking on 752.
Absolutely.
We'll get into that in a second.
All right.
But then with, everything else felt good about it. I know you missed it.
I did miss it.
I know you missed it, but you saw the buzz on it. How do you feel the show turned out overall from what you've seen?
From what I've seen, it was a really effective show.
Yeah.
I saw that match, Jay Vidal and the Unguided and the Eli guy.
Yeah, Eli, the other fly.
The other fly.
Yeah,
and it was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid match.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
Yeah. They everyone put in work. I think now everyone.
They did.
It was really cool because we've seen some people that came into town who normally don't check out Vegas wrestling. A couple of big insiders, people, writers and stuff like that. They came by and made the idea to go to see Vegas wrestling this past weekend. And from what I've heard, a lot of rave reviews. Everyone's really surprised every time they come to see Vegas and they see the kind of talent that we have.
Right. And of course, that article that was written about the faction is the number one hated in Las Vegas.
You see that? Las Vegas wrestling scene always knows the real answers. Some teams think they're the most hated squads around there. That's cute.
It's cute.
But there's only one real team that's making that type of noise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I said what I said. I said what I said. Yes. Very happy with that. Of course, also with GCW was in town. Right about my old job, as in fact, they had a very interesting show too. Lots of hardcore stuff going on.
I heard.
Light tubes, thumbtacks, doors, chairs. It's a whole different culture.
People jumping off of balconies.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was driving because I was a little late going into the show. Had stuff to do. But as I was pulling up to the parking lot, I'm way down the street, right? Why do I see Eli Everfly? I see him from way down the street on top of a balcony doing an Asai moonsault onto some people on the bottom, and I'm oh snap, I gotta go.
That sounds amazing and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah. It was a wild evening. It even ended with a big brawl. Of course, folk hero and hardcore icon Nick Gage was actually met by AEW superstar and Vegas native Jon Moxley. Man, that guy pops up wherever he wants. He just goes anywhere he wants, and they got into a big brawl. The brawl was so crazy. It took place not only outside the arena, but onto the streets of Fremont. The streets of Fremont. So you couldn't tell what was going on if you weren't part of the biz.
Yeah.
You thought there was some things going down.
Yeah,
you know,
people were brawling.
But they was absolutely in there getting the brawls going, and it was real cool, man. It's been so long since I felt something like that. It's been over a year of just kind of just being confined to just smaller shows and trying to stay away from as many people as possible. That felt like for me for the first time that Vegas wrestling was back.
Well, I'm glad.
Vegas wrestling is back.
I'm glad.
Absolutely. What do we got next here?
Next is the Backlash Takeaways.
Backlash Takeaways. I'll cover this real quick. Backlash was, of course, last night, Sunday night. The results are we still got brand new SmackDown Tag Champions, Rey Mysterio and Dominic. They're the first ever father and son tag team champions in WWE history. And of course, Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns both retain their world titles respectively, including also Bianca Belair.
Nice.
Takeaways from it, outside the zombie stuff, I really didn't like the zombie stuff a whole lot, but it was a really solid show. A lot of times they get a lot of flack for WWE for just doing show after show, and it feels kind of monotonous.
Right.
But this felt a little different. Felt like they had a different pep in their step. That triple threat between Drew, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman was excellent.
Nice.
I was up. I'm a wrestling head, so I watch wrestling all throughout the night. Whatever it is, randomly, I'll fall asleep to it. And I'll watch that, and I was like, "Wow, this is excellent." I'm half asleep, getting hyped to this triple threat. But shout out to Bobby Lashley. That's one of my favorites in the game right now.
Yeah, and I got to see Bianca Belair just a little bit of the match, and of course wasn't disappointed.
Yeah,
by her.
You know what's funny? She's 32. You know that?
I know. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. She's 32, so like
she doesn't look a day over 25.
I know. She looks like 20. Yeah, she looks very, looks younger. So I'm
super young.
So I'm like, yo, this is cool. I'm almost 29. So so hopefully, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for me in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So excellent to see, and it was good to have that.
Yeah.
What do we have next though?
Oh, we have the Joe Budden podcast breaking up.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I can't believe it. That was, of course, headline news in the culture last week. Joe Budden podcast, one of the most popular podcasts in the whole entire world. They have all this stuff going on between him, Maul, Rory.
Yeah.
It's a big breakup, and if you ever follow Joe Budden, you're not surprised because Joe Budden has had this reputation of being what's the word?
Abrasive a little bit, aggressive.
That and self-destructive.
Self-destructive.
He's had a lot of avenues where he's had a chance to do good things, but something happened where he kind of just messed it up himself. Those were his friends, those were his boys,
his homies.
And then I hear on a Twitter clip of Joe on the pod, no one's sitting by him on the pod, and he's all like, "Yo, Rory, you fired."
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he fired him on wax, and then later on, Maul and Rory are doing this tell-all confessional, not a confessional, but they had they had to sit down talking about what really happened in their eyes, and the fans are divided, kind of between who was in the right, who was in the wrong. I think it's really unfortunate overall. You never want to see your boys, people who are boys just break up, especially over money.
Right, just have that falling out.
And it's kind of wild because I think people who were kind of against him in the beginning said this was going to happen. They would say, "Hey, man, watch out for Joe. He's going to turn on y'all eventually."
They tried to warn him.
Him a little bit.
But of course, like when people tell you about other people, you always want to get your first-hand experience with that person.
Absolutely, yeah, So
I get it.
Yeah, so it's tough when you see that stuff goes on because I think it was very important. I remember when I was working a whole lot, every night on my shifts, I was thinking my little headphone and I would listen to the JBP because it was so long, so it took up time out of my shift, and it was funny.
Yeah.
I used to listen to them religiously. They were a great team.
They were.
And I wish them all the best, man. This show game is no joke, as my own show itself. You know what that just means, right? That just means for all people who are going to miss the Joe Budden pod the way it is,
they can watch the
you guys
Fresco
can
Show.
always come to the Fresco Show because, first of all, we're not a pod, Joe DeFalco. We are a live studio show.
Absolutely.
So you check us out. We bring in the entertainment. And if y'all show me more, I can show up more. So that's how we do it, all right? That's how we do it.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next is the WWE, AEW, and ROH. They're back on the road in July.
Okay. So
yes.
America seems to be doing this whole thing where they're just like, okay, we're ready to get back.
Yeah.
We're ready to get back to normal everyday lives.
Yeah.
We're not playing around.
Take the masks off.
You got the vax. They're telling you now take the mask off if you're in the gym and you got the vax. They're slowly, not even slowly, they are swiftly making sure that let's get back to business. Of course, WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor are all coming back in July. Going to start doing tours and stuff, and I think that's going to be very interesting to see how they do it, because a lot of them have been doing mostly studio shows where they've been in one place for the foreseeable future. Now going on the road, let's see how this works out as far as any COVID cases. Did anything spike up?
Right.
You know, does it stay the same? You know, we're still in muddy waters here. I know America's kind of feeling really good about stuff, but you know, everywhere else in the world, there's still some really bad stuff going on with COVID-19.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I got an email that said, here are the new guidelines, and then the next day I went to the gym and people weren't wearing their masks, and I was like, whoa.
Oh man.
Whoa.
I'll tell you what, I'll be real excited to have the day where I can go to the gym and I take my mask off, you know, and like go to the treadmill and like not have to worry about dying because I'm breathing properly.
Right? That carbon dioxide getting shoved back into your mouth because you're wearing a mask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good sign for the business overall that we're gonna have, you know, touring back. I think people need to see that. I think people are gonna be more excited to see shows live. Just being in Vegas this past weekend, seeing how everything was felt like. Okay, people are ready to come back to shows.
Yeah,
people are ready to.
And you know what? I really hope. Sorry for cutting
No,
off there. I really hope that, you know, everything continues to move forward, and I really hope that COVID doesn't spike up again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I really hope that.
I hope so too. We'll see what happens. You guys still be careful out there,
Yeah.
y'all. You know, if you feel comfortable out there, still put your mask on. If not, make sure you got both them vax shots. All right.
1, 2.
Yes, sir. And what do we have next here on News on the Fly?
The Fight Champ Challenge is complete, and what is next?
So, you know, I've been on this journey since Christmas, cracking Christmas. I was awarded the fighting championship, and I've really had to prove something ever since on what I could do. Actually, I had a defense last night too. It'll air later on, but you know, it's been a grind, but it's been a fun grind being the fight champ. There's nothing quite like being in a fighting rules match. Nothing like it. It's not like getting pinned or submitted. You know, you're really in there battling. So you know, I've went through Brandon G, who just won the other night in Versus. I just went through Vinny Wasco, who's getting booked in Dallas, Texas and stuff now. I went through Eli Quick, who now is back in the game after being gone for a while. I took on the Shade and I beat my rival. And then I take out Jace, who's now a beloved icon in Vegas. What's next for me? It's quite simple. I got my eyes set on Valhalla. I'm looking for the heavyweight or Las Vegas championships, but more specifically, I'm looking at you, Big Dirty. I'm looking at you, Big Dirty, and the Big Valley fans, because it's time. I've been carrying that whole entire company on my back since the pandemic, really. You know, and now we're at a point where I hold all the cards.
Yes.
I decide when to cash in. So, Big Dirty, I hope you're in the gym. I hope you getting the rolls, and I hope you getting all that good, because I am Teflon. I'm battle tested, and it's time. Look, man, I see Ice in there doing his thing as coldest undisputed no limits champion. Watson doing his thing. Braxton doing his thing. I got to do mine, and I got to rise up to the next level, and that be the king of Big Valley. So, you know, I'm gonna stay prepared and watch what I do next. Yes.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Watch what I do next. Okay, what else? Anything else we got?
That's it.
All right, y'all. Do not go anywhere, folks. We will be right back, and I will have a special Faction Up section of the show. Do not go nowhere. Holla. What you got in this thing? See what you got up in here, huh? See what you got for me. What's in here? You remember 97 ECW? New Jack? Big Grimes? Hey, punk ass. Huh? Bats, huh? You messing with the wrong one. Burglar! You in trouble now! Whoa! Shut! Whoa! Shut! Okay. All right. Yeah. What's popping off, y'all? We are back here live on the Fresco Show, folks. In a few short seconds, I'm going to have via satellite all of the members of Lights, Camera, Faction here.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that one more again. We got to get it going, folks. I am getting them on here right now. So, in the meantime, there it is. There's my boys. Yo. Hey! fellas, how are y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling, man? Yes, sir.
Bless.
yes,
Absolutely
bless.
wonderful. Good to see you, fellas, brothers.
Good to see you too. I see Watts out here chilling on the porch. He killing right now, cooling.
Yeah.
What's going on, Ice? How you feeling, brother? Yes, sir.
Bang, bang. What's good, folks? You know exactly how I'm feeling.
Oh!
177 days. You know exactly how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Action Braxton frozen as
He
we
froze.
went live. Anything can happen on live TV, folks. Anything can happen on live TV, as you can see. But don't
Yeah.
trip, you got the coldest faction on the scene.
That's
the only
right.
faction that actually matters.
That's
The only
right.
faction that
Absolutely.
The only
matters
Actually.
on the scene.
in the
The only
country.
faction that's
In the whole country.
In the
running
country.
it,
In the
I
whole
agree.
country.
I agree.
doing things the way they want to do, and actually being those guys and aren't being told, hey, go out there and act like those guys. No, the faction boys that are actually being those guys without being told, go be those guys.
That
Yes,
part.
That's the boys.
That's the
That's
boys.
the
Boys. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. So you know what we on. So this past weekend, of course, all 4 of my guys had title matches this weekend for 4 separate championships. We're going to start off here with the coldest champion on the planet.
Yeah.
He had to defend his championship against Samoan Dynasty's own Sefa Fatu.
El Pia de la Mesa. If somebody can decipher it, you know what I mean. El Pia de la Mesa, and I'm coming for the cabeza. And we all know this, but that's a different topic for a different day. That's a different topic for a different day, because I'm going to get cabeza anyway. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, but Sefa Fatu El Pia. Let's go talk about El Pia. My toughest task today.
Let's do it.
clinic.
Yeah.
Ice put on a clinic. A clean sweep.
Woo!
By himself.
That's
All
right.
By himself.
All by himself.
Round of applause.
Sefa Fatu in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. What?
Yes. An amazing weekend. We seen Ice beat Sefa clean.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3 in the ring. You know, we were right there, of course, celebrate with him. What a monumentous moment. We had, that crowd was pissed. And guess what? None of us gave a damn.
No. And you shouldn't.
Never.
The people in attendance were, but the Ice mob wasn't.
Uh-uh.
The mob wasn't.
Look at that. That's a beautiful title.
The
over
real
there.
ones know.
The real ones know.
They know.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
Know. You know, what a huge win for Ice, you know, for the faction, getting the win over 752. You know, watching his matches, you know, I fought him last week, and I almost beat him one for Chris Bay. Chris Bay, I owe you one. Oh, you a receipt, Chris Bay. So, you know, but luckily my boy Ice, you know, did me a solid and got the dub. You got me, brother.
I got you, brother.
Hey, you know.
I told him to run it back.
Run it back. You said, yeah, you know. So the main event, that was great for the main event, of course. That was the main event. The main event of the evening. You know, after that, whatever. But you know, after that, whew. You know, it was great. But also, you know, it was great, too, because earlier that night, our boy, Action Braxton. Action Braxton, for the first time since 2019, has had a singles match at FSW, and he took on Remy Marcel.
Another round of applause
for the Nevada State Championship.
He went straight for the head.
Not trash, boy. Remy.
Yeah.
Beat that. Been there. Beat that.
Look at that. You know, and Braxton, man, I want to tell you right now, bro. You showed the entire locker room and the entire world that you are that dude. You messed that fool up. You know what I'm saying? And he'll never be the same again, Brax. How do you feel about that after finally getting your chance to show what you can really do inside the squared circle? Yes, sir.
Man, let me tell you something about this match, bro. It was literally like, well, I guess I was looking at Ice. I was like, 2 title matches tonight? He was like, fucking go. And I was like, all right, yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Walked out, and, you know, you guys walked out with me, and I was like, I knew this was a chance to not only test myself.
Yep.
Not only test myself, but to prove a point that you have 4 guys all steal the show.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I wanted to prove that.
What's good, Brax?
Why wouldn't I be a champ?
Yeah. Yeah, man. You definitely did that.
And
yep.
I walked into that ring thinking I was going to pin Remy Marcel 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And I only felt that more. I only felt that more when I started working on his arm, because let me tell you something. No one in my entire career has ever made me bleed in the ring. Nobody has ever made Action Braxton bleed, and Remy Marcel made me bleed. And when I looked at my hands and realized it was my own, Remy woke up a killer. Remy did that.
Did you feel it, Braxton?
And I made him pay for it, and I truly thought,
Yeah.
I was going to break his fingers, and I thought I was going to pin him.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Because I proved the point.
You proved the point.
I proved the point.
Absolutely. Watson, of course, you had the main event at IZW this past weekend as you went after the heavyweight championship against your old pal, Thugnificent. You know, how was that for you?
Yeah.
How was that for you, man?
Well, it was crazy to be a part of one of the biggest, matches in Arizona history. I mean, with this being the first title defense for the brand new championship, the brand new heavyweight championship. So, we had 2 brothers up there. The ring was very melanated, sprinkled some melanin in the ring.
Yeah, I like that.
We went at it. Now, however, I did not come out on top. But I will say Thugnificent did prove himself. He proved that. I mean, I was wrong. He's a champion. But I mean, let me say this: there was a couple people in the crowd who was yelling out "Lights, Camera, Faction." So I think what I might have to do, what I might have to do, I might have to make a couple calls, and get the belt around my waist. I think that that may be the move.
IZW, what's up? Your move, IZW.
There it is.
What's up? What's up, IZW? Listen.
Because either you're gonna call us, or we're just gonna come, because we don't need an invitation to come anywhere.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
It's really up to us. So
pop up.
Yeah. So whenever y'all need to, whenever y'all feel the time is right, just pull up, pop up, and we'll make sure we right that wrong.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Man, you know what, man? I'm proud of all y'all.
You made him famous.
You know what, man? I'm proud of all you guys, man. What other faction has they're 4 members in individual title matches in one weekend. Of course, I defended my championship yesterday against Frank the Tank, and that was and that was a brutal one as well. You know, had to do what I had to do, but you know, of course, with that, man, look at y'all, bro. Y'all shining. Ice Williams still the No Limits champion. Braxton showing why he belongs in the Nevada State title contention.
Yes.
Watson showing why he belongs in any title contention. And of course me holding it down for the little guys as well. Man, look, we on, and I'm hella proud of y'all, man. We keep doing our thing. Sky is the limit. Who gonna stop us, huh?
And shout out to that boy Mega Ran. The boy Mega Ran pulled up on Saturday to IZW. My man played us out.
Hell yeah.
It was a mania vibe. You feel me? So shout out to him.
Shout out.
Pulled up to do some ring announcements.
Yo, is Mega Ran?
Yeah.
Mega Ran.
Yep. He saw 2 brothers in the main event. Was like, "Yep, I gotta be a part of that."
That's
so
it.
Forever, that's my guy.
That's it. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know, and that, you know, and as we move forward, man, I'll make one prediction. At some point in this faction's history, all 4 of us are going to be holding gold at the same exact
For sure.
At the same damn time.
I call it the faction prophecy. The faction prophecy. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. We're all going to be golden at the same time. So everyone out there that's champions right now, everyone that's got their little gold or whatever, watch your back. Matter of fact, don't do that. We're going to come up anyways and do what we got to do. You know, because...
we're going to pull up to you.
We'll pull up.
We're going to pull up
Watch
to
your
the
back
go.
and front.
We're going to knock on that hoe. If you on that, we kicking that mug down.
Yes,
we
sir.
Kicking that mug down. You know, ice breaking that mug down.
Woo!
Okay, then. Just like that. Okay, then.
You guys are funny.
Wow.
477 days of the most important championship reign in all of professional wrestling, folks.
Yes.
That's going down. You got the whole faction. Somebody drop snowflakes in the chat. Snowflakes in the chat.
Drop the snowflakes.
Drop snowflakes in the chat.
Drop the snowflakes. They're coming out, Mago.
Boys is live.
Oh, geez.
Yes. It don't matter what they put in front of us, whether it's the anniversary show, the Limitless tournament, whatever's going on in IZW, we gonna pop up and do what we want because that's what we do.
Yes.
That's what we do, and that's how we roll. Man, Ice, man, what's next for you, man? You had the biggest win of your career. Who gonna step up next to the coldest champion on the planet?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think anybody would like to. I don't know if anybody wants to be embarrassed by the coldest champion on the planet, the number 1 attraction, and the number 1 entertainment capital of the world.
That's right. Church.
I'm the champion.
Yeah.
But a lot of people want to step up, though. A lot of people claim they want to step up. A lot of people claim you want to step up. But the thing is, you got to play a different game. This is a different game you're going to play when you're going to step to ICE's title. This is a different game you're going to play when you're going to step to the most important championship in all of professional wrestling because all it takes. Actually, Ice knows what all it takes, and that's why he has. I'm not going to tell you what it takes to win this bad boy. Who's just going to step up, though?
Yeah.
Who's going to step up?
Who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? And I already know right now, there's not a tag team on this side of the earth that can really step up to me, Watson, or Braxton when it comes to a combination.
None of
them.
None of them have any guidance.
No.
I don't know where any of them are headed.
Yeah. Look. The crazy part is they haven't even seen it all the way yet. Haven't even seen it yet.
No.
They can't step to it. Nah. Shoot. So Hollywood, when we go back to Hollywood, we're gonna do our thing up there too. That's got our names written all over it. So anywhere else we go is gonna be great. You know, and that's how we get going, man. Fellas, man, again, y'all, I'm so proud of each and every one of you guys. We keep doing our thing, being a cohesive team unit. there's not a damn team or a damn faction on any part of this planet that can stop us.
Yeah, and if anything that I have to say is worth anything, I am so proud of each and every one of you as well.
All right.
It means so much coming from you.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Rife.
Thank you.
You know, so all you other factions that are trying to call us out, do all that other hoopla, man. Go on. Get on. Learn some roles and get to going before we talk about us, because we are on a different level. You know who you are. We doing our own thing, and if you want to come to us, you come to our world, because that's what we demand.
There's a lot of people left to get hustled. A lot of people left to get hustled. A lot of people left to get exposed. We have a lot of business to do, a lot of championships to take, a lot of people to piss off. And at the end of the day, it's faction up and it's faction. What do you say, Fresco? Lights, camera, faction.
Oh yeah. Before I let y'all go, that's the thing about it. Listen. We are a dynasty here in the professional wrestling world and beyond. Everything is only temporary, but lights, camera, factions forever. Hallelujah. Cut the check.
Cut that up.
Cut the check. Cut the check. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
You know how it goes. We'll be back real soon to terrorize as always. Cut. Samoan suck ass. You know how we do. Woo! All right, y'all fellas. Thank y'all for spending y'all time with me today, getting this in a little bit, man. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this show up, man. Y'all stay up, man, and I'm gonna see y'all real soon. All right. All right. All right. Faction up. All right, y'all. Do not go anywhere, folks. We're just gonna take one more commercial break, and when we come back, a tribute to the icon, New Jack.
Yes.
What you got in this thing? See what you got up in here, huh? See what you got for me. What's in here? You remember 97 ECW? New Jack? Big Grimes? Hey, punk ass! Huh? Bats, huh? You messing with the wrong one. Burglar! You in trouble now! What up?
And we're back.
We're back here once again on the Fresco Show. Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good. I just had my faction boys stop by. You know, they can't always be here in the studio with me, but even when they do, they pop up for me via satellite, man. That's real brotherhood right there. We keeping the thing.
Yeah. Nobody can beat the faction.
That's right. Nobody can beat the faction. Okay, so I want to talk about this moment real quick. Get on this moment. It has been a wild ride. And guys, don't forget also to call if you want to give a chance to call at 702-329-6947. Press 1 when you get a chance. On my next topic here, I really wanted to dive deep into this because he's one of my favorite personas of all time.
Yes.
If anyone who knows me knows that I am a fan and a big supporter of the now late New Jack.
Legendary.
New Jack, Jerome Young passed away this past Friday at the age of 58 from a heart attack. The legacy of New Jack has always been kind of in question by a lot of people.
Right,
but
right.
to me, he's always solidified the following: that he was a man who should never be messed with.
1.
He's a man who is extremely dangerous.
2.
And he is a hardcore legend.
3. Absolutely. 3 for 3.
3 for 3. And something about him, man. Something about him always brought me. I remember barely watching wrestling, kind of watching what I can on TV from time to time. And I would see this dude on camera.
Yeah.
And the way he was the way he talked on the mic, he to me is probably a top 10 promo of all time. Because they always teach us in class that when you're on the mic and you're talking about whatever, you need people to believe what you're saying.
Absolutely.
You need people to be invested in what you're saying, because a lot of people can just play wrestler, right? A lot of people can play wrestler, do the, you know when I'm coming down, all that, right?
Right.
When New Jack spoke, you believed everything he said.
And you listened.
And you listened because he has such a charismatic approach to how he spoke, to how he finished things off, and to just his demeanor. You wouldn't see him corpse once during a promo because you were like, man, he's still about to kill him.
Yeah.
And I remember he'd always be like, watch what New Jack do. And I promise I will try to kill you. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when you heard that the Friday before a pay-per-view, you're like, oh man, what's he gonna try to do to this man?
Right.
And what made him so polarizing was, of course, stuff he did with, multiple people, liberties and stuff like that. But what I remember from New Jack most of all was him being really one of the first like real gangster wrestlers I've seen on TV.
Right. And the first time that I saw New Jack was on Dark Side of the Ring.
Ah, yeah.
That's the very first time that I was introduced to him. And he just had this look at me. What am I going to do? You wish you knew what I was going to do, but you don't.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I got.
He was someone who incited real reactions from people. And for me, always seeing him, like, of course, when you watch his matches, he had hardcore matches, so it wasn't anything crazy or anything. But but what's funny? He can wrestle. He could wrestle. I seen him wrestle a few times back in Smoky Mountain. I'm like, okay, he knows what he's doing. But I think when you become a hardcore wrestler, this is something that a lot of guys may be able to attest to. When you go to the hardcore world, a lot of that stuff goes out the window. No one wants to see you do a headlock takeover, head scissors, or a drop down leapfrog drop kick. They want to see violence.
Right.
And watching GCW this past weekend reminded me a lot of just what that kind of audience craves. Bloodthirsty.
Absolutely.
From the thumbtacks to the ultra violence. New Jack is one of the pioneers of all that. He was one of the first people I've seen to do balcony dives, 20-foot balcony dives.
That was insane.
And he, despite all that, people loved his energy.
Right.
He was just a charismatic entity that couldn't be trifled with. Interesting career. I always wondered what New Jack would have been like if he had dialed it down back a little bit. And been and had enough to go to like WWE or even back then WCW.
Right, because he was that type of person that didn't give no Fs.
No
fucks at all.
No, he didn't give a fuck at all.
No.
He was one of those things. But yeah, of course, Dark Side of the Ring, he had a lot of praise for the episode. Easily one of the best episodes I've seen from Dark Side of the Ring.
I agree.
Just him being funny, just like, yeah. He's like, oh, the guy said I stabbed him 17 times. I said, no, it's 9. I counted. I counted 9 times. And you know what? I'm going to be frank with you.
So bad.
I'm going to be frank with you here. New Jack always reminded me of just that urge that real niggas have when they just want to just go crazy.
Right.
Just go crazy and just do what they want. He dived into that.
Yeah.
He like
embraced
dived.
it.
He
embraced
embraced it, and I think for a lot of black folks, we kind of lived through that in ways. Not the Vic Grimes stuff or anything like that, or the mass transit,
right.
but you know, just him just doing what he wants, inciting fear, and him just backing it up all the time.
Right, unleashing whatever he had to unleash that day.
It's
yeah.
You know, of course, he was part of a tag team. I'm a tag team, you know, master in a lot of ways. He was, of course, a tag team master too. He, of course, teamed up with Mustafa Saeed and my coach, D'Lo Brown, for a period of time for the Gangsters. The Gangsters are, known as one of the most infamous tag teams of all time.
Yeah.
I'll never forget their promo they cut in Smoky Mountain that's playing all over now about how, you know, New Jack said, this was 30 years ago, they would have had us hanging from a tree.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
but now we're beating up 2 white boys the way we did.
Yep.
And just inciting that kind of just, ooh, you know, like there's heat and there's real heat.
And he had real heat.
Real heat where the crowd can't decipher anything and they just, okay, well, fuck this guy.
Right.
You know, or this guy is out of his mind. You know, that's where you really reach the levels of being truly bad to the bone.
Yep.
And, you know, there's an art to being really bad to the bone in this game. You just can't claim you are and then, you know, hang out with fans afterwards. You know, you really got to be about it.
Ooh.
You really got to be about it and live it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And New Jack, you can tell if he was living it. You can tell if he was living it. Like, is this really him?
Right.
You
Exactly.
know, it was little him.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the best things about his character was that you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't tell, and it evoked fear, and it invoked anger in people, and I think, like you said, that's that real heat aspect of it.
All the time. I you know, I always get a kick when I see, you know, New Jack, you know, incite fear in white folks a whole lot, just because I'm like, because you know, I see it, I'm like, all right, you know, okay, you know, I know what he's doing, but you know, like they don't see it, so you know,
bad.
so it's instantly like, oh shit, you know, but what I really wanted to say for New Jack, of course, was no matter what has happened after, you know, his main career, because his career pretty much, you know, his main like mainstream career was pretty much over in 2002. So for his legacy to last this long afterwards, and for him to still be figurehead, you know, after Dark Side of the Ring last year, he kind of had a resurgence. We were kind of seeing him more and more. I seen him more on Twitter.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, you know, he was getting kicked off Twitter left and right, but he would come back on, and he even started a little podcast recently that I thought was excellent, because New Jack talking about today's current wrestling is exactly what I needed in my daily rotation of things to listen to. So you know, part of me felt like, damn, man, is this guy, you know, this guy's gonna live forever. Because he lived through so much. Who can forget when he got thrown off the balcony and he had brain fluid coming through his nose.
Whoa.
And they said that he couldn't, and he said up until to this day that he couldn't see out of his left eye. That his left eye, after that fall, that he was, you know, out, you know. So
he really lived that life.
He really lived that life.
He was about that life.
Yeah, and you know, if you want to see shoot interviews for wrestlers, there's pretty much none better, maybe outside of Bret Hart, than New Jack himself. Entertaining, you know, being in the game for professional wrestling, you love hearing stories. You love hearing about these guys and how they came up, or what this happened in the backstage, or how this happened backstage, or how this went down. To see all that go is important. Paul Heyman, who of course used to own ECW, would New Jack never liked Paul Heyman. right? He always made sure he talked about him whenever he got a chance.
Oh, no.
But even Paul Heyman paid his respects to him on Friday night,
Right,
which
right.
shows the type of legacy that that New Jack left. Made sure that he gave him a salute. He was the most gangster of gangsters
Absolutely, I agree.
in professional wrestling. So, big condolences to New Jack and his family. One of my favorites of all time. Of course, I dressed up as New Jack
You
at the
did.
FSW Battle Royal. People seem to love that. Of course, now I think I'm gonna have to do that. Going forward.
Right.
Because
Pay tribute to him.
New Jack is one of those dudes who, he made things real. He made things real, and to me, he's a black icon in the wrestling game for me.
Right.
Him, Mustafa Saeed, the gangsters. Their matches. I remember doing a tape study, and I was watching some of that stuff just because it was fun. And he would take it, and they took on the Public Enemy, and that was always fun because those guys were like, two white boys that love hip hop versus two gangsters.
Right.
And it was a super great dynamic, and I think more people, and I think everyone who's in a wrestling game can learn a lot from New Jack's mic skills. So if you're having time trying to figure out how to cut a promo or anything like that, please watch New Jack promos.
Yeah.
And do your best to try to incite that kind of energy, because that's what people are going to always buy into and believe what you say.
I agree.
And so really, for his family, for everyone who's been involved with his life, for the people he's touched, for the things he's done for the company and the business and the legacy, rest in peace, Jerome Young.
Yes.
New Jack.
Yes, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, New Jack.
Rest in heaven.
Okay. So, with that being said, okay, play that music real quick. Let's get down to some Fresco's favorites, y'all.
Okay.
We're going to have his name in sight here. Powerful. Let's get it going. All right.
Righteous Reg from PWI.
All right. I want to give a special shout out to my guy here, Righteous Reg. He was, of course, in attendance for the FSW Changing the Game on Friday. He is, of course, with PWI,
Nice.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated. He also created the first ever the Black Wrestling 250, the top 250 in the top 500, which your boy done made last year as number 159. So but on the real though, he was one of the few guys who really paid attention to what we were doing out here in Las Vegas, which is, people are just now starting to get a look at what we're doing. So for him to give us that spotlight and I think he put a lot of us on that list of top 500 black wrestlers on the planet.
Yeah.
So big shout out to him. I saw you at Friday. I saw you at GCW on Saturday, man. One love, man. We keeping the lock. Hopefully you like what you saw from what he told me. You said he did, but
Good.
keep that going. We gotta keep that type of strength popping.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need more, and also, a brother too. So supporting brothers is always a beautiful thing.
I love to see it.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
What we got next?
All right. The Clippers playoff chances.
All right. You see this right here? Looking. Listen.
Oh, we see it.
It's our time, man. I know, either that or I'm ready to be hurt again. Either or I'm ready for what's next. Because a lot of y'all been capping online, especially you Laker fans, about how the Clippers, because look, the Clippers had a couple of games this past weekend.
Yeah.
And they didn't play anybody. They had everyone sitting out. Why? Because the way the seeding works in the playoffs for the NBA this year, they knew if they lost a few games, they would stay in a certain spot where they would play the opponent they want to play.
Oh, strategic.
Strategics here. They're playing chess here instead of checkers. So when they did that, of course, everyone was capping, saying, oh, Clippers were trying to avoid the Lakers in the playoffs. Clippers are afraid of LeBron, of Braun, and the Lakers. I'm like, all right, listen. When you're the Clippers and you haven't won a championship throughout your entire history, when you haven't made a conference finals in your entire history, you're looking for any and every way to find yourself to the top.
Absolutely.
You're not trying to mess around and get the toughest matchup because you're trying to prove something. Fuck all that. You trying to win a chip. So if that means making the Lakers chances a lot harder, which it will be. They have a play-in game. They have to play the Warriors first before they do anything. They got to get past them. And then if they do, they got to play probably Denver. Probably play Denver most likely. And that's not easy at all. So to me, the question is, if you had the chance to make your opponent go through hell before you potentially face them, wouldn't you do it?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So this year, I'm ready for the Clippers to try to do their best.
I'm ready for them to win.
I'm ready for him to win too, but I'm ready for him to win for the last 12 years.
Oh, I know.
So I'm looking at that. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I got my Kawhi jersey on, man. I just got this thing. It came in. They're coming in now. Clipper Nation, where you at? We gonna do this thing. Saturday, I'm ready for the hurt. Bring it on.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? Moose. Okay, so a little recap from this past weekend also. Under Siege, Impact Wrestling had their pay-per-view show this past Saturday. Of course, they had a 6-way scramble between a bunch of guys. Sami Callihan, Chris Bay, of course. Shout out to that mother. And then, of course, Moose. And then the winner was going to become number one contender for the Impact World Championship. I said on this show last time, who was the most likely Impact wrestler to beat Kenny Omega? And we had two. We had Chris Bay and we had Moose. Moose won that match in a 6-way scramble, so now he will be the one to take on Kenny Omega at the next pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling. He's got a good shot, but truth be told, I don't know. Yeah. Omega, the way they have him looking right now, no one's going to beat him probably for a while. And that's cool. The question will be if Moose, because also the interesting tidbit here is his contract expires at the end of June. So he's got a world title match coming up before his contract expires. That's where we get into the plots. What's going to happen? How are they going to finish? How are they going to pull this off? Right. What's Moose going to do? I will be tuning in to see because that's history in the making. Right. And if Moose is unsuccessful and leaves Impact, what's going to happen with him next? Where does he go? And if he does win and he doesn't resign, what happens next to the Impact World Championship? So a lot of questions need to be answered here from that. But we will move on. What we got next?
All right. J. Cole off season.
Okay.
Freestyle.
So music a little bit, folks. This has been a very interesting, actually very good album. I heard it this past weekend. Of course, very, very flavorful. J. Cole, one of the top 3. I think the Holy Trinity here in rap with Drake and Kendrick. It felt real good to hear them, to hear him back in the scene again and putting out good music, man. As you know me, I'm a hip hop head all the way through, so.
Right.
Okay. Oh, wait.
What did I do?
All right. Okay. Yeah. It's one of the tracks off. This is fire right here.
It is.
Turn this up. Turn me up. Yeah. What up? Behold, you are in the presence of the fly as I dominate the screens and I barely even try. I've been covering up for years and this story ain't a lie. Fresh to death is hell, and you know I stay sky high. You ain't messing with my style or my camp. Get hustled, dogged out like Lady in the Tramp. When it comes to the legacy, I'm leaving up my stamp. Street sweeper, the fly, the real city champ. Look, Las Vegas standout, Northtown soldier. No matter what deal is, I'm still going over. So when you step up to me, I already told you. Hit you with the Fresco bomb and then I fold you. Before the Mac game, I was in the rap game. 2 tours, 2 albums, yet I'm in my own lane. You see my girl right there? She got a tight frame. My pedigree's different and I ain't the same. Fresco Show, the hottest thing going. Innovative broadcasting, man, it keeps growing. As we sign off tonight in the Devers. Forever, Fresco's forever. Here we go, you know how we flow. The Fresco. Holla, yeah, holla if you hear me. Yeah, you know you about pay respect. One more thing, y'all, cut the check. Here we go.
Hey.
Yeah. That was some light. Yeah, you know, a little freestyle. Anyways, on that note, one more drink before I get out of here. You know how it goes. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know how it is. How it is.
Hey.
From Madam Rice, I am the street sweeper, the fly, the baddest man alive, Fresco-matic, y'all. We're going to get it locked down, folks. You know what? Play that one more time before we get out of here. I'm going to do that one more time. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay. Try to do this again. Try to make it better. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, here we go. Behold, you are in the presence of the fly as I dominate the screens when I barely even try. I've been covering up for years and the story ain't a lie. Rich to death is hell, and you know I stay sky high. You ain't messing with my style or my camp. Get hustled, thugged out like the lady in the tramp. When it comes to the legacy, I'm leaving up my stamp. Street sweeper, the fly, the real city champ. Here we go.
Hey.
As we head out, remember, everything's only temporary, but Fresco's forever. Hallelujah. Cut the check, and we out.